path to Ledger to Tech is amazing. Uh, what was the first moment you realized you didn't want a job, but you wanted to create something?
16.
16. You were.
I was selling sneakers in school. I don't know if you knew
I
that.
remember that.
Yeah.
I
So
remember that.
I made a website back then. I started wearing the shoes. I think that was the smartest thing I did because I was getting the shoes for free at one point because I was doing work for the person. So he would send me like 2 or 3 pairs every time I did work for him. Then I would wear them. People were like, oh, where'd you get them from? Then I was like, I wonder if I could sell them.
Yeah.
So I made the website, started wearing the shoes, and I would tell people to go to our website. But when I first started, I didn't tell anybody I owned the website. I just told them I got it from this website,
Yeah.
which is smart. So now I'm selling and stuff, and now
Yeah.
I'm making 400.
And I was trying to get a deal from, hey, help me.
Oh yeah, that is
Just business.
Rob Arcadi was one of those. Yes, every
Got
time,
to do business.
every time. And I'm like, dude, I can't. But yeah, that was the moment I realized that I could be an
So
entrepreneur.
you knew at 16 you didn't want to go to college.
No,
You were like, that's
honestly, and then I
um,
just stopped caring about school at 17.
okay.
It's
Because
just-
it wasn't your world at that time.
No,
Like psych lab.
it was honestly you, my parents, and a few others that would keep the thought of St. John's in my head, but I knew deep down I didn't want to do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Was there like a spark? Was it failure, frustration, pain point that made you dive into what you're diving into now? Or just you see a lane that's
Pain point. Yeah, it was pain point because I just was tired of being broke. So I was like, how do I make money and exist? It makes sense, you know? And
Yeah.
when I
Well, I'm having trouble with that now. The podcast is doing great.
yeah,
I have great response and everything, but it costs me money. It costs me money every time I do something.
exactly.
I have no money coming in.
Exactly.
So, it's a passion project. Yeah, but ultimately I gotta pay. I can't keep with my wife. I gotta pay. Hey, can I Venmo so and so?
Yeah.
I'm not too masculine when I do that. So.
Yeah, I hear you.
But that's a thing that people have is okay. They get into something. That how do I make money doing it?
Yeah.
So how did you start making money doing it?
Building for others. I actually I've made money for my own
So what do you
stuff,
do?
not
So
as
go,
much.
hey, what's your pain point? And you build something around to solve their problem.
Today, I come in as a consultant or an engineer in your company. So consulting, depending on what you're building for blockchain stuff, I can get anywhere from 500 to 5,000 an hour. And then on the AI side,
In the
uh,
wrong business.
and AI side, it depends. If I was working for OpenAI, I would probably start at 300 grand. If I saw that, if Meta is paying $1 billion for individuals, I don't know if you knew that, but he's literally drafting people. So
And you're doing better freelancing than if you went with one of these guys.
I'm doing better. Yeah, because I own my stuff, so I own the patents. If I go work for them, eventually they can.
They're gonna they're gonna yeah. That's their intellectual
But that's the whole
property.
point of the family office, the trust, and all these things. Because now, if everything's under my family trust, or owns it, not me. So even if I'm building it and doing all these things, they can never take it from me. So she's set as long as I can go. But she's pretty good.
She looks pretty sad.
Yeah.
He has the most adorable 4-year-old daughter. Her name is Aura. So that's another, you get to see the kids of your kids. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, many people have great ideas.
Yeah.
They don't take the risk. What made you take the risk?
I feel like I had no choice to, because my parents wouldn't let me not do it, and they would give me the wiggle room to do it. So it's almost like I had no L. Like if I did it and I did take the L, it really wasn't because I got the experience.
But an L is a loss. And when you try something on your own at early 20s, mid 20s, there is no L. You just do it for the experience. There's no such thing as an L. We're all going to take L's several times in life. But if you can take that L and catapult it into a big W, that's what we want to do. And it seems like that's what Milan's doing.
Yeah, every day.
That's awesome. What do you think holds people back from taking the risk?
Judgment.
Judgment. Are you a fan of Gary Vee?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a big judgment guy.
Yeah.
But the reason you're not posting, because you're afraid what other people think about you. And I have suffered from that, but I got to the point where I don't care. I'm 61 now. I'm gonna be 62 in a couple of months. And I don't, my even my own family, dad, grow up a little bit. You're jumping into pools and suits. You,
When he's supposed to grow up, why?
yeah, exactly. And now it's like, now I've made it this far. Now I'm going to live life on my own terms even more because I've gone through all the stuff, all the people I had to please. I don't have to please anybody
Yeah.
anymore in my life, and that's a great liberating feeling.
Yes.
And that's must be a great feeling for you.
Nope. Still pleasing.
All right, so 5 to 10 years from now, what does it look like for you?
Hopefully, I'm more retired. I really want to retire this year.
Retire.
Yeah, I want to retire, honestly, definitely by next December. I said this December,
Now,
but we'll see.
what are you gonna do in retirement? Climb palm trees?
No, my retirement just means I'm in the lab, but not in a work setting. So now it's just purely ideas and purely concept of things in the past. So I'm trying to
So it'd be like your
solve
woodshed.
Yeah.
Like if you had a hobby that would,
Yeah, and the rest of the team is still working on the consumer stuff and the business stuff, but
so
I'm
you're still
coming
gonna be
straight.
involved in it, just not with a
She'll tell you, like, right now, I'm doing what, like 12 hours in front of the computer coding, if not more. So yeah, so I don't want to do that for years, exactly.
yeah.
For
No, I
5 years
know.
straight. I'm like, okay, 12 hours a day on this computer. Not that my
Yeah,
eyes are
but if
going
you're
numb, but
making that money, you don't want to get out completely. You want to stay in there and let your team work for you because
not
you don't want to turn your back on that money, right?
yeah, but Elon is not coding. You know what I mean? Like he's not. There's a big difference in his job right now. Like yeah, he says he's working. He's in the Giga Center or whatever, but he's not coding, and it's a big difference to saying, okay, I need to make this AI
So you
work.
want to go
I
to a
have an
next
idea.
level of something.
Kinda, yeah. I just think we're all gonna retire at some point. I
Have you
know
met
it sounds
Elon the way
crazy.
you talk about him?
No,
Yeah.
but I'm going to.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to. Yeah, I know I can, and I have many ways too. But for me, I want to be more equipped to what I can do.
All right. Well, if you can get him on my podcast, it'd be wonderful.
We'll see what happens.
Elon Musk.
Let's see what happens.
You never know until you ask.
Yeah. Well, you never know until you get there too. So I gotta do that first. So
What has been the biggest pain point as an entrepreneur for you?
money and the term that someone said to me, if you can't survive the night, then what's the point of thinking about the future? So that right there as an entrepreneur, I think is their biggest gripe, unless you just come from money, you know. But
Yeah.
if you don't, you gotta make a decision between I either have to get a job and do them both, or I can't have the job be full fledged in this thing.
That's that sweet point, a lot of sweet spot. A lot of people don't know until they know,
Yeah, yeah.
whereas you're trying to pay your bills, but you're also pursuing that dream, and it's a fine line. What's been your biggest reward as an entrepreneur besides the money?
Seeing it through.
Yeah, that's like
That I love.
that's like your baby, right?
Yeah, like I have an idea that just starts in my head and then like Chilta, she's
Started out as a
yeah,
seed.
yeah. Yeah, and it just grows. Like I have so many of those. Concierge Inner Voices are my two recent ones that I built. Inner Voices, I was meditating for a year straight. And I was like, how come I'm listening to so many other voices other than myself? So what if I can make the person helping me meditate be me? And what will that do? Then I started going deeper into it. And I was like, you know what? Most people don't even have an inner voice. Did you know that?
Yeah.
They said 50% don't. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know
Oh,
what they're doing.
I thought everyone had because mine's
Me too.
yelling constantly at
I
me.
do.
You stupid ass.
So what they have, I don't know. But what I was curious about is, could I imprint it then in your brain? Like if you were able to hear yourself over time, and let's say you practice hearing yourself, will that voice eventually develop? And if it does develop, what happens? So for me, that's I don't know if you know about frequencies and all this, but like but so visual frequencies is the healing frequencies and also the negative ones that we use as humans every day, whether it's picture, sound, light, whatever.
You used to smoke a lot of pot, didn't you?
Yeah, I still do. I still do, but that's not why I'm smart. I'm
No,
smart
I'm just,
because I honestly pay
you
attention to
are on
everything.
a different level, my
A whole
man.
different level. But no, seriously, like so with frequency, I've realized 852, for example, that's supposed to be God's frequency. And it's so strong that if you do have elements or if you do have things going on in your mind, it can shut it down for that second. So what if I can inject your inner voice at that same time the frequency is playing? So that's what the whole app is. And it's all AI driven because AI is training your voice so you speak to it and then it starts speaking back to
And
you.
think about all you can accomplish because then all that subconscious will start working,
which I
and
think
all your
most
bad
people.
habits will leave. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
That could be your game changer.
it could be,
Awesome.
but again, it's something that's technical on the shelf. I'm not marketing it, not really talking about it.
Talk to the middle schoolers, high school kids, blockchain and AI.
Mhm.
Opportunity, or should they fear it? I know the answer, but they shouldn't fear it. But
Both.
what kind of they should? Okay, let's hear.
They should fear it just because of the oligarchs behind it. That's why they should fear it. So I can't tell you what Elon Musk is thinking in his head. I can't tell you what I mean, we've seen. I'm trying not to get in trouble with certain things because who knows what happens after, with this podcast. But anyway, like, let's say Bill Gates, for example. I think most of us agree that some things that he does isn't the best when it comes to control of the population. So, what happens when a control population mentality goes behind AI? So, something like that, now you're enhancing
Yeah,
control in the population. So,
yeah,
instead of mosquitoes with this little virus,
yeah.
and
Political
now you
ads will
have
be nothing compared to that.
exactly. Now you have 7 different variations of mosquito because AI thought of it quicker than you could have, and quantum computers, which is worse, is now on top of that. So my thing with kids is if you could be a little ahead, try to do it. Meaning there's sites like futuretools.io, there's an AI for that.com. There's a few other aggregator sites. If you go on Google and just type in AI aggregator sites, all of those sites list every AI tool that comes out. Right now, I think there's about 12,000 AI tools out there. People just use ChatGPT.
Yeah,
So try all of them as much as you can. All of them are not going to be for you. You're all in different industries, and different likes and stuff that you have an interest. But
I use school AI. I use ChatGPT obviously with the
yeah,
business, but I use school AI,
yeah.
and we would talk. I said, "Hey," we were talking, debating Andrew Jackson. I go, "Why don't you guys ask Andrew yourself?" And we had 25 kids talking to Andrew Jackson. Why did you move the Indians? If you had to adopt an Indian baby boy, just stuff like that. And
Mhm.
obviously the answers weren't authentic,
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
but they 12-year-old kid thinks he's talking to Andrew Jackson.
true. True.
And what was great was 25 different questions
Yes.
being asked. So it isn't like, well, these are 3 questions that I want everyone to know. It's no, like, okay, you know, whatever the case may be. So
Yep.
why'd you get in so many fights? One kid asked. Well, I was a hothead and I drank too much.
But what happens when, like, isn't there someone putting that information in it?
Yeah,
So then, isn't it biased though?
100%.
Okay. So then, how does that work? Because then you could technically make the AI, me as a student, not know that. I'd be ignorant to you pretty much telling it to tell the stuff.
Well,
So,
well,
you know?
when I was doing ChatGPT,
Yeah.
this thing's blowing up my ego.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So I'm like,
So,
I'm ready to buy her flowers.
uh,
So then my wife's always the voice of reason. She's like looking at me like, I'm like, no, babe, a national network of teachers doing this, it could be done.
yeah.
And she's just looking at me. And I'm like, hey, my damn phone believes in me more than you do, you know? She's just like, oh my.
But that's what it. That's what it
There
is.
was a South Park episode about
Yeah,
that.
it's the ultimate glazer is what they're called, right? But like, you can take that off. You can go on ChatGPT, go in settings, and you
Yeah,
can go in your
yeah, I
system
know.
instruction and change it.
Yeah, I have done that.
You should, because it will glaze you and it will just lie to you when you're probably wrong. So you
Yeah,
probably should do it. But even to add to kids, as you use these AI tools, because I know a lot of kids will, they're gonna cheat, they're gonna
yeah,
do a lot of
sure.
things for you. I'm gonna give them a little hint because a lot of teachers have this tool where they can see if you wrote it with ChatGPT. All you have to do is just say paraphrase this in the same prompt, in the same thread. That's number one. Number two, there's Quillbot. There's Quillbot. Quillbot's very good. It's an AI tool. It will paraphrase for you. It will take any AI generated text, make it more humanized, and now no one can detect it. So that's another thing.
And when they
Here's,
para
here's
when
another one. Huh?
when they paraphrase it for you kids,
Yeah.
read it and understand it.
Understand it. Yes.
And this way you learn,
Yeah. And
you
then
know, and
what
then
you're
this way you go to a higher level thing.
And if you're really smart, not to cheat, but to get the work done faster, because that's what you would do that for. But to really understand it still is tell ChatGPT to teach it the way you would understand it in 3 simple ways. And your brain will catch on to that faster than a whole textbook.
100%.
Yeah.
Milan, you gave some great advice today. What's one piece of advice you hope lasts beyond this podcast?
Believing in yourself and just, I'm not gonna say not listen to others, because some people do have your best interest at heart, but no one knows yourself better than you. No one knows your limitations better than you. And most of the time, when you have an idea or you have something you want to do, you're gonna surprise the people getting it done. Then just giving them, because everyone has their own perception and their perspective of how life goes. So unfortunately, people paint you and their picture on how they see you,
Mhm.
but that might not be your true reflection. And you need to work on that.
Great advice, and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be somebody who loves you
Yeah.
that's giving you that advice, like,
Yeah.
as a way of protecting you or not wanting you exposed to some bad stuff or whatever, and that's the toughest thing is to ignore that loved one who's giving that advice, and sometimes as a loved one, it's really tough to button your mouth and maybe let them take an L every now and then. Because I think that's one of the biggest problems with parents today is they don't let their kids take L's, like, I love when my kids take L's. I'm like, first of all, it's like it humbles them a little bit, but
Yeah.
realize, life's not going to be an escalator all the way up.
No,
It's going to be a lot of different things.
a lot, a lot.
Anyway, yeah, we I'm really glad we caught up and
Of course.
very impressed and I'm humbled that you even came out of a classroom that I was teaching. So
I think you should.
yeah,
Appreciate you teaching me.
and you not that I taught you was to involved with your success. You did it on your own and your own
Sir, I wouldn't
confidence.
say that. That's
Well,
not true.
a lot of the belief in yourself and having the guts to do it and, to go into a brand new ecosystem and,
Mhm.
leading the way is really, really impressive. So, you know,
But nothing's stronger than when someone believes in you too. So I appreciate you believing in me too.